Hacione has got a new member and everyone is getting used to the idea of him joining except for one person, Leon Abbacchio. But why is that? Before getting into it, I'll make this an anime and manga friendly area, so I'll be sure to warn you if there are details connected to areas that have yet to be animated, which is basically a spoiler warning when it does come up. So there you go. So out of the many problems that he has with him, obviously a huge one is going to be that he's new. The group had an established dynamic, but now it's subject to change because there's a new guy. The group has been also told to welcome Giorno with open arms, but while they trust Bruno's judgment, developing a relationship with Giorno is something that they're supposed to figure out on their own. While him being in the group isn't something that could be changed easily, acknowledging him isn't something that members have to do. The second reason as to why Abbacchio isn't fond of Giorno as everyone else is because in so far knowing Giorno, he's combated everything Abbacchio has had against him. He gives him a cup of his world-renowned Abbacchio juice, and Giorno outplays him in stunts in front of all of the other members, has them all astounded. He says that him, Bruno, and Giorno can play the waiting game against his enemy stand user, and Giorno goes against that and runs straight into danger. Abbacchio says that he doesn't want Giorno to breathe, and he does it anyways. It's like, what the fuck? It's like you're trying to make Abbacchio look like a fool. Just at least do one of the three things, man. It's not that hard. I'm playing, but why is Abbacchio like this? Well, originally the first thing that I believe that was pretty evident is that Abbacchio is older. In fact, he's the oldest member of the group, beating out Bruno by 6 months. So I already understood that he's going to be giving the youngest kid a hard time, but when you have the youngest in the group believing that he's smarter than the oldest one, it sounds crazy because there's obviously going to be the whole notion of if you're a lot older, then you're a lot wiser than those younger than you, and Abbacchio would believe that. The thing is, that's not as true as it seems, and Giorno makes sure to make that a point. Then there's also the fact that Giorno is new, so Abbacchio has yet to be given a reason as to why he should trust him. With what I talked about in my Polpo video, it transfers over into here because most likely Abbacchio had to go through the same lighter test. Abbacchio can respect Giorno as a fellow member, but since trust is a personal tie, he has yet to be given a reason as to why he should do so yet. He understands that something was to happen between Bruno and Giorno that led into Bruno trusting him, but Abbacchio didn't share that same event, so he has yet to have a moment with him. And also the fact that an enemy stand user is attacking the group while originally it seemed like the only people who were on the boat were the original group also looks sort of suspicious to Abbacchio because of how convenient it looks. To make this point off script, I didn't want to focus on it a little too much. Notice how in names they're referred to by their last name if they're mature/older. Narancia is called Narancia even though Narancia is older than Fugo. Then you also have Giorno, he's called Giorno, he's not called Giovanna. So they're making that a point of the whole respect type dynamic thing. And along with that, Abbacchio's case, he doesn't have to respect Giorno either because he's older and he'll stand by that. So he doesn't have trust or respect going for him. And he also doesn't acknowledge him as a member. So there's literally no connecting points between the two. So with how all that goes, you can understand why, at least to a minimal amount. Then last reason as to why he's like this is because what Giorno does disrespects him and doesn't remind him of the best thing when it comes to his actions. See, while I can understand that Giorno is the new one, he's supposed to define himself and give the group a reason as to why they should trust him, messing with the kid isn't going to get your relationship with him stronger any faster. Although if I was to think of the other members on what they would go through if Abbacchio was to do the same thing that he did to Giorno to them, I think that they'd react with what Abbacchio would consider an honest option. Because a lot of them would say, no, fuck that. What the hell are you doing with this? But instead, Giorno challenges him and defines himself to Abbacchio as someone that's going to be annoying, in quotes, in the future. Then the fact that him being younger probably doesn't help the case either. Now, all of that is approaching reasoning on what the anime people will see. So this will be a manga area now for the last reason. And just basically, I'll leave a time thing up here if you guys want to go skip over to that. But there you go. I think the biggest thing that defined how difficult the relationship of Giorno and Abbacchio is going to be is that Giorno throwing his life on the line to prove a point just completely mess with him. Abbacchio doesn't have the best history with people throwing their life on the line with his partner being a thing and how closely tied his partner was to his job. And the action of Giorno actually doing it, Abbacchio does respect that because of what that happens, but it's kind of, it touches a couple of nerves because of the history that happened with that, just of how that all ended up. His partner genuinely believed in his work and went to at the furthest lengths to do so, and Giorno believes in his own goals and he goes the furthest lengths to do so also. While Abbacchio can understand his partner, the moment Giorno did something like that kind of looked like a challenge to Abbacchio, but at the same time he's just all like, man, he really he's really down for his cause. So like it messes with him, which is interesting because I also think about how determined Giorno is to any other member, like how that would show, and it doesn't really resonate the same way that it would for Abbacchio because of his history with it. I also think that it's completely hilarious that when Abbacchio has this whole realism type thing going on with him, just like not in a sense a fourth wall break, because it approaches it the way that normal people would. Because Giorno starts talking about how he has a dream, obviously, and Bruno reacts the same way that any JoJo character would, but Abbacchio is almost like a real person in this situation because he's just like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, it completely like destroyed the immersion for me, but I was just like, dog, this is amazing because it's the same case for in the manga, because he's just like, oh no, I Giorno Giovanna has a dream, and then Abbacchio's like, dude, what, who are you talking to? Like, but yeah. So how is Abbacchio going to develop his trust with Giorno? Future events to come, to say the least, because words aren't enough to get through everybody. Sometimes you gotta get stabbed, deflated, or stomped on by an ultimate life form created to destroy your father. Thank you for helping me learn this valuable lesson, Giorno and Android 16. I will continue to play you guys in fighting games. Oh, Giorno, you maybe kind of fucking need one, so help me out here. Until then, Abbacchio, you're going to stand your ground, and with how good it looks when he does it, I could never, ever take it away from him.
証明するためにかどうかしてんじゃねえのか
Thank you all for watching. I had another video planned because of this week's episode, but I'll be saving that. And I was also asked about my reviews on episodes, but keep this in mind. If I upload a video about an episode or correlates with it, most likely I'm not going to be doing a review because that time was spent for that and I have a lot to do. So, the hell was that? The fuck? That doesn't... I'm sorry, guys. That doesn't really happen with videos. That was really weird. I don't know. I heard something. That's kind of odd. Okay. But hopefully I'll see you all on the next one. Until then, and oh my god.